Hi, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. It is Thursday and I am here to do another collective reading for you. Now, as I always say, if you would like to watch this reading in full, because I do tend to go on for around 30 to 40 minutes, you can do so on my YouTube channel, okay? In order to do that, all you have to do is head to my TikTok profile and under my picture, you'll see a YouTube tab. If you click that, it will take you directly to my channel. Now, if you're feeling extra lovely today, please consider hitting that subscribe button for me. It really does help in my channel's growth and it is completely free to do so. Thank you for all those who have recently subscribed. I see you all. I appreciate you all. The second thing I just wanted to touch upon quickly, because I've had so many messages inquiring about this, I have just this morning opened up my private readings again. Okay, so I'm only offering small amounts at a time to ensure that I can keep up with them and then I don't get bombarded, because that genuinely is what happens. If you would like to book a private reading with me, I have free available at the moment. All you have to do is, again, head to my TikTok page. There is an Etsy link. It is a link for my Etsy store name is called the Tarot Hut. If you click that link, it will take you to my Etsy shop and you'll be able to book a reading in there with me, okay? There is an option there for you to fast track your reading. So if you feel as though, you need answers quite quickly or you need to gain some clarity or insight quite quickly, you can book in to fast track your reading. Okay, any questions, just give me a shout. Okay, I'll happily help you guys. So what do we have here? Collective reading for Thursday. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups, and we also have the Hermit. Well, hot diggity damn, it seems as though we have a feminine here who has decided, do you know what? I am better off staying single, claiming myself as single, not bothering with anybody, not entertaining anybody, because all that seems to do is bring me stress. And we have a feminine here who has literally put a complete end into a situation. Eight of Cups. Wow, this is so straightforward. I love this. It's almost as if the cards are telling me this feminine's energy is, they've made a decision and they're not even like thinking about it. It's just like, right, done, I'm out of here. This is somebody who is very sure they've made the right decision. This is somebody who is very, I want to say very happy, very content with the decision they've made also, because the Nine of Pentacles, yes, it's a single feminine energy, but this is a feminine energy who quite enjoys their own company. This is a feminine who is quite abundant. They have a lot of self-worth. They have, they're not out here allowing anybody's dusty ass son to make them feel as though they aren't good enough, right? They've put an end into something. This is a complete ending. I think with the Ten of Swords being here as well, they've put an end into a situation with somebody who literally was just so toxic for them. This is somebody who betrayed them over and over and over again, or even somebody that just continued to let them down, right? But this is the feminine, like, I'm walking away. These cups aren't fulfilling me emotionally, whatsoever. Now, within the Eight of Cups, we see here the moon. The moon, when we see the moon in tarot cards, it speaks about intuition. So this feminine has definitely listened to their intuition and they're walking away. Hermit. Yeah, it seems as though this feminine has gained some kind of new perspective or some brand new insight in the situation. It could be that they've heard some news. It could be that perhaps they've just reached that point generally where they're just like, I'm just so done with this. You can only go so long where, if there is somebody in a situation or in a relationship that is, keeps saying, I'm going to change or I'm going to make changes or, it won't happen again. And the same behavior, the same pattern continues. There's only so much anybody can take, regardless of how patient and kind and empathic you are, right? Everybody hits that point. Everybody hits that point. And generally we see with women as well, with feminines, they seem to check out more emotionally first than they actually physically leave. So what I mean by that is they could be dating a masculine, right, or dating somebody who is constantly letting them down or is quite toxic for them. And, emotionally they're checking out. Emotionally, the feelings are becoming less and less. They're less intense. The more that happens, the less they try and fight to stay, right? But when the feminine physically moves their ass and walks out of a situation, they're done. And that's what I mean. Feminines tend to leave more or check out emotionally before they check out physically. this feminine has not only checked out emotionally, they've checked out physically as well. Hermit, like I said, so they've gained some kind of insight, probably more of an epiphany of things really are never going to change here. We have the 7 of Cups, we have the 10 of Cups. Give me one more, please. And we have a 4 of Pentacles. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have a 3 of Cups. So it seems as though the feminine has completely checked out, right? Feminine has physically left the connection as well as emotionally left the connection. They're in this energy of, yes, I'm single, I'm very independent, I enjoy my own company, I'm not going to entertain just anybody, right? There is this feeling or sense here, and I always say this, and I love it when a feminine has reached this point where it's like, if I see any hint of a red flag, or if I feel the vibe is off even slightly, I'm not dealing with it. Like, I will completely act as though you never even existed to me. With this, we see the 7 of Cups. So it does seem as though this type of behavior is attracting quite a lot of other suitors, I want to say. And again, when you are operating or you're vibing in that particular energy, you do automatically become attractive, right? It's almost as if the masculines can smell it on you, that you don't put up with any shit and you know your own mind. Like, genuinely, a healthy masculine craves that type of characteristics in a feminine. They really do. It's only the toxic ones, the unhealthy masculines, who would look upon somebody like this and think, nah, I haven't got a chance because, well, my games aren't going to play. You know, they're not gonna be successful here. This person knows who they are. They know who they want. They're not going to put up with any shit that I'm gonna, you know, try and throw their way to try and win them over and to manipulate them. So I'm just not going to bother. The unhealthy, toxic masculines tend to go for those who almost give off that signal of, I've been through a lot, and, you know, poor me, pity me. There's almost this light within them that the masculines think, oh, I can manipulate this person. Do you know what I mean? And it works both ways. I'm not just putting it all on the masculines. It does work both ways. Feminines are like this also. But definitely getting that vibe here of this feminine being in that frame of mind of, I see a hint of a red flag, I am out of here. And because of this, it's almost as if lots of options are being presented here to this feminine. Now we have a 10 of Cups and we have a 4 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It's almost as if, you know, somebody does approach this feminine, and I am going to go in and clarify all this because I could be just completely talking out of sorts here, but I do feel as though, so it would be interesting to see what does clarify it. I do feel as though someone is either have or they're about to, they are lingering in the feminine's energy, somebody who actually can create this 10 of Cups relationship with this feminine, but then we do get you know, that slight hesitancy from the feminine, because I think it's almost like, from what I'm gathering here from the way the cards have come out and what the cards are, it's like the minute the feminine decides to completely exit that connection physically, again, emotionally they've checked out a while ago, but physically they've left the connection altogether, it's completely left in the past, they're almost presented with a brand new situation straight away. So it's almost a sense of, well, I didn't even have time to like be in my fully single independent energy, because again, it's an attractive feature. Whether you are aware of it or not, the way in which you are currently carrying yourself, people are looking at you or people are noticing you and they're curious about you. So 9 of Pentacles is being clarified here by the 6 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Okay, bottom of the deck we do have the 9 of Swords also. Okay. So it took a while, I think, for the feminine to completely check out of this relationship, out of this past connection here. There was a sense of this feminine always feeling as though they had to kind of look over their shoulders or protect themselves in some way, which doesn't surprise me with the 10 of Swords being here, because I almost get the sense and the feeling here with the 5 of Swords of this feminine never quite knew where they stood in this past connection. Again, if there was a lot of betrayal, if there was a lot of, I'm going to change, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and there was absolutely no action taken at all, there was this sense of, am I being played? Am I being taken advantage of? You know, nobody likes to feel that way, right? But when you're invested in somebody or you're invested in a relationship, you almost give people the benefit of the doubt when you really shouldn't. And again, it's because of the way we feel. It's because we care for them, right? It's a human nature thing to do. So it definitely took this feminine some time to decide, do you know what, I would feel much more stable, much more comfortable, much more happier completely single away from this connection than I am actually whilst I'm still involved in it. Because, this connection could have ended a while ago. But if somebody is keeping you in that emotional chokehold of, I'm gonna do better, I'm trying to do better, or, saying things like, it's this right person, wrong time, like, or I just can't be in a relationship right now, but maybe sometime in the future. Like, that's leaving somebody hanging, that's leaving somebody in an emotional chokehold, right? So I do think perhaps this feminine gave the benefit of the doubt way too many times, but we do see the Six of Wands here, clarifying that single, independent, feminine energy. So it is showing me here that the feminine has successfully, with the Six of Wands, completely exited this connection. Tell me about this Ten of Swords, please. Ten of Swords is being clarified by the Ten of Swords. So whatever went down here between this feminine and this past person, it was not pretty. It was brutal. It was heartbreaking. It was painful. Again, with the Ten of Swords, you get a sense of betrayal, but it's also that sense of being let down constantly, right? We also have the Ten of Pentacles and we have the Five of Wands, okay? Constant conflict I felt going on here in this connection. Constant conflict. We have the Ten of Pentacles here. I'm wondering if this was perhaps the feminine stance of the relationship. Was the feminine asking this masculine, I really want a future with you, or I want to be in a stable, committed relationship with somebody. Is it going to be you? Are you going to pull your finger out your ass? Are you actually going to step up? Are you going to start making more effort? There is a sense here of the feminine being like, I think, asking for their wants and needs. And again, the Ten of Swords being here, I genuinely think that this masculine, the person this feminine was once dealing with, would genuinely tell them, I'm trying, I'm doing better, I'm doing the work on myself. But again, you can't just throw words out into the universe and not put any action behind it. Like, you're not going to fool anybody. You're not going to fool anybody. I'm going to do better. I'm going to change. I'm going to sort this out. I'm going to sort that out. We will be together at some point. I haven't got the time for a relationship. I haven't, got the capacity for a relationship. But I do see a future with you. I do want a future with you because I love you, right? It's emotional abuse. It's very toxic. And again, you leave somebody in an emotional chokehold. So I can clearly see here that this is something the feminine really wants. The feminine does want somebody who they can share the long-term commitment with. They want somebody they can build a future with. Again, whatever the family future vibe looks like for you, whether that involves marriage, whether that involves kids, whether that involves neither of them, this is what they were asking for. And I feel as though this is what the masculine kept promising. We will get there. We'll get to that point. Just wait for me. I'm going to do better. I'm going to change. And nothing changed. So it does seem as though the feminine, the epiphany that we saw with the Hermit card was the feminine saying, you are never going to change. The outcome is always the same. The story always ends the same. I have been waiting here in this emotional chokehold for such a long time, and you're still showing up exactly the same as you did 7 or 8 months ago. Nothing has changed. Therefore, physically, emotionally, I am checking out of this relationship, and should another relationship present itself to me, I will embark on that journey. I will explore that because I'm single. You haven't made claim. You haven't shown me that you're going to change. You haven't showed me the need to want to change or to do better. You don't care about me. You don't care about my feelings. You don't care about my emotions. You don't care about my wants, needs, and desires in life. Enough is enough. Tell me about this Eight of Cups, please. Ace of Wands. Give me one more. Tower. Oh. Wow. Okay. So it does seem as though, and again, I know I keep repeating myself, but genuinely, or generally I should say, feminines do check out. Now you think back, if you're a feminine watching this, you think back to past relationships, right? Somebody keeps letting you down, somebody keeps hurting you. The feelings dwindle, your expectations become less, because you're always expecting to be let down. You're always expecting things to not change, right? This person keeps showing me the same behavioral patterns. Therefore, the outcome is not going to be the same. Physically, you're still there because you care about them. Physically, you're egging them on. Please, I'm here. I want to be with you. Please do the right thing. Emotionally, we've checked out. The less time somebody puts into a connection, they don't show up for you. They don't show up for special days, certain events. They're just basically ghosts. They're mute. The feelings are going to disappear. Now, the problem I see here is with the tower representing itself. And I'm laughing because I'm like, a normal human being would obviously have the assumption of, damn, well, if I'm not actually giving the feminine anything, I'm not communicating, I'm not putting any effort in to see the feminine, I'm not putting any effort into support them on certain situations, on certain days, I'm not there to celebrate special occasions, I am basically like a stranger to the feminine. Why on earth would anyone sit there and think that somebody would not walk away from that? Is this something that has happened to them in the past where, they've been in relationships, done the very, very, very bare minimum, and people have still stayed, people have still stuck around? This feminine is different. This feminine wants the Ten of Pentacles. The feminine wants to work with somebody. They're not working on their own. They wouldn't want to work on their own. They want the companionship. They want the intimacy that you share when you're in a romantic relationship. And this person was point blank refusing to give it to this feminine. So the feminine walked away. Tower. It's almost like a shitstorm has suddenly happened in this masculine's life. Like, I don't get it. The tower, it's something shocking. They didn't expect the feminine to physically walk away. It's almost as if they accepted the fact that the feminine's feelings towards them were becoming less and less. They were becoming less intense. They were becoming less frequent. The feminine was not asking too much of them. It was like the communication was becoming even less frequent, right? But it's almost like the masculine did never expect the feminine to physically walk away from them and probably move into a new connection. Ace of Wands. There is a sense here of, and this is toxic. This is really toxic. This past masculine thinking, this feminine cares so much for me, right? Ace of Wands. They hold so much passion for me. They have so much care for me. This feminine is somebody who is capable of loving at such a deep spiritual level. They're never going to leave me. Now remember, there is something about stroking one's ego, right? When somebody knows that somebody's there in the kind of wings, almost waiting for them, egging them on, you can do it. I believe in you. I want to be with you. I have these feelings for you. I am in love with you, whatever. It is an ego stroke. It's an ego boost. And for a lot of people, which is really sad, that's enough for them just to carry on doing what they're doing. That's enough of a kick for them. But what happens when that person who you genuinely thought, they'll never leave me because they care so deeply for me? What happens when they decide to take that love and care they have for you and give it to somebody else? The Tower happens. It's like the masculine never expected you to physically walk away. Again, emotionally, I understand. It's almost as if I've been here before. I've seen partners emotionally check out because I'm not here. I'm not, what's the word? There's no emotional intimacy here. This could be an avoidant. This could be somebody who is quite fearful of commitment. This is somebody who feels as though they don't want to give too much to a connection or a relationship because then they have more to lose if the other person was to walk away. But again, this is a feminine who values love. They value relationships. They value the loyalty, the trust, the commitment, the companionship, the working together. Therefore, they walked away. Page of Wands. Temperance. Justice. I don't even know if you said anything to this person or if you just physically just completely block them. Because Page of Wands is a very kind of nothing kind of energy. Again, it's a wand, it's communication. We have the Temperance and we have the Justice here. So there's something about somebody feeling completely grounded in the sense of I'm bringing justice to myself here. And I think it's probably the feminine's energy. It's like this person expected you to chase them forever. Again, with that Ace of Wands. They care so deeply for me. They have such deep feelings for me. This is a deep connection. They're never going to go anywhere. Okay, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is being clarified by the Two of Wands in reverse. We have a Knight of Pentacles and we also have the Sun. I'm telling you now, if this reading or this storyline is resonating for you, you have somebody incredibly romantic, incredibly stable, somebody who does want to come in and make the effort, who makes the phone calls, who sends the text messages, who takes you out on dates, who shows up on a random Thursday afternoon with a bunch of flowers, right? You have somebody coming in here for you, and I think there's going to be hesitancy from your side because you've literally just left the connection, so you're not even going to have really time to think about it or to even think about what do I want for me, right? In comes somebody with this pentacle. I am interested in you. I'm curious about you. I wish to pursue you. Two of Wands in reverse and the Sun. You're going to be wondering, is this the right move for me? Because I've just come out of something that actually, again, had me in this emotional chokehold for such a long time. Do I just want to spend, time on my own? Do I just want to focus solely on myself? What I would say to you from a personal point of view also, because I've been through similar like this, you've already been single for the longest time, because if you've been with somebody who, like I said, has not shown up for you, does not communicate or hasn't communicated properly for a very long time, does not celebrate your good days, your special days, is not there to support you in any way, is literally a ghost to you, you've been single for the longest time. The only difference was that you weren't willing to let anybody else in because you still, you did have this care and love and affection for them, but that's gone now. So really nothing's changed. You've done the work on yourself. You're feeling strong. You're feeling independent. You're feeling abundant. You're feeling good about yourself. So maybe it is time to let fresh new energy in. Let somebody come in and pursue you. Go out on dates, have a flirt. It really does help with the soul's healing. It genuinely does. Especially when you come out of a situation like this, when somebody made you feel as though you were not good enough. You are good enough. And it proves it the moment you literally leave this connection, in comes somebody else. I'm curious. I want to get to know you. I want to pursue you. I want to date you. There's a lot of happiness here, I feel, with the Sun energy. The Two of Wands for me is kind of representing, like I just said, try not to think about it too much, right? Because the Two of Wands upright is obviously somebody really putting a lot of thought and contemplation into their future. With it being in reverse here, I want to say, yeah, obviously have your wits about you. Be quite selective as to who you or what energies you allow into your life. But I think coming out of this very situation that I described up here, you're automatically going to have those boundaries in place anyway. And there is such a thing where if you've definitely learnt this lesson and you've completely decided to walk away from it, that is that lesson ticked. You've learnt that lesson. So generally, like, what the universe is going to bring in for you now is the real deal, or is somebody who is going to help you continue to move forward, right? Ten of Cups. I definitely felt as though there is a Ten of Cups kind of relationship or connection coming in for you here. We have the Ten of Wands. Give me one more. There's that kind of slight hesitancy again. Yeah, Devil. Unfortunately, what is going on here, I can see it very clearly here with the Devil and the Six of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Wands. Yes, you've emotionally disconnected. Yes, you physically have disconnected from the connection, but that doesn't stop the thoughts in your mind, right? I get it. We're all going to have anxiety when it comes to allowing somebody new into our life, especially when we've just been through a whole heap of shit with somebody who had the emotional maturity of a dead wet fish, right? It's hard. It's difficult. We worry that the same thing is going to happen again. We worry that we're going to perhaps be taken advantage of or played in some way, right? And I see that very clearly here with the Devil and the Six of Cups in reverse. You felt deeply connected to this past person. You felt very deeply spiritually connected to them. You felt as though you had known each other in a past life. You felt as though, you know, this person felt like home to you. I think that kind of added to the reason why you also struggled to completely disconnect from the connection. But there is a sense and a feeling here of, you know, I really thought that that was my person. And look how it's all ended, right? It ended toxic. Well, it's almost as if you came to this realization that person is so toxic for me. They don't want me. They don't want a relationship with me. They don't even want to communicate with me. They don't care how I'm doing, if I'm well, have, you know, what's going on with me. They literally checked out a long time ago. Again, the emotional chokehold of, I'm working on myself. I'm going to do better. We're meant to be together, but not now, sometime in the future. I'm in love with you, but I haven't got what it takes to give anything to you now. Toxic, absolute toxic bullshit. 10 of Wands. Again, just representing that anxiety based around, do I give somebody a chance to come and get to know me? Is it the right time? Am I ready? Am I going to be taken advantage of? Am I going to be taken for an absolute ride again? Right? Put these burdens down. Like I said, just enjoy the journey. You are wiser now. You are stronger. You're showing up as a 9 of Pentacles. So you're definitely, like I said, in that energy of if the vibes are off, if somebody talks to you with disrespect, if somebody disrespects any of your boundaries, instantly you can cut them off and carry on moving forward. There is none of this being in some kind of chokehold with them, because you're not going to allow yourself to get to that point instantly. You're going to, you know, you want somebody to come in and show you that you can trust them, to show you they're not going to let you down, to show you that they mean what they say, right? We're not doing this thing again when we jump into something with a narcissist who's telling us this is who I am, or showing you a completely different version of them, which isn't even real. We're not getting committed to somebody and falling in love with somebody who is not real. We are going to see who they really are, and then we're going to develop deeper feelings. Tell me more about this 4 of Pentacles, please. The Fool. I am telling you right now. I am telling you right now, this is happening, whether you like it or not. Magician. The Fool has come out to clarify that 4 Pentacles energy. The 4 Pentacles being that kind of, I don't know if I want to give much this new kind of romance here. I almost get like sometimes you're really up for it, like you're very talkative, you're communicating well, you're being flirty, and then it's almost like the thoughts creep in and you're like, oh, this is what happened last time. No, I'm not going to, I'm not going to be that naive this time around. So there's a lot of hot and cold, I feel, when it comes to this person coming in. Again, if you've not met this person, you are about to, because this person is within your energy. They're lingering in your energy, okay? The Fool, a brand new beginning. King of Pentacles in reverse. This isn't somebody who is trying to fool you in any way. Okay, I feel as though this past person, I know I keep talking about them, but there is a lot of comparison here, because again, I can see clearly here that you are trying to move on with your life, but there is that element of, I'm very scared I'm going to fall back into the same routine, either with the past person, or, the same thing is about to play out for me again, right? The past person, unfortunately, like I said, came in as somebody they are just not. Okay, they probably came in, swept you off your feet. I'm, mature, I am romantic, I will do everything for you, I will not let you down, I will not hurt you. And they did all of that, right? This person that's coming in, I just feel as though, with the Magician being here as well, this is something that you've been trying to manifest for the longest time. I mean, I almost feel as though you were trying to manifest it with this past person. And the reason why it wasn't coming to fruition, the reason why the story always ended the same, was because it was the wrong person. But the person who is currently lingering in your energy, or the person you have just recently met, is exactly what you've been asking the universe for. Now, I'm going to ask really quickly, because we touched upon it here, but there wasn't too much about this past person's, what was going on with them, or what kind of energy they're in. I just pick up on very toxic, narcissistic vibes here. Like, if you're genuinely telling somebody and you genuinely care and love about somebody, love about somebody. You genuinely care about somebody and love them, right? And you want to be with them. If there are certain aspects of your life that you need to change in order to be with that person, you are going to do it if what you're saying is real, if what you're saying is true and honest, right? It's those people who are literally fooling you or trying to manipulate you in some way, if they're telling you all these things but their actions are saying different. And the sooner we realize that as a collective, the better. Because I've been through it myself, but I see so many other people going through it, to the point where, you know, you reach a point, you feel so let down by somebody, but they were showing you all those types of behavior for the longest time. So why didn't we see it then? Huge lessons have been learned here. Right, okay, I wanted to ask about this masculine, because remember I said there's almost this shock factor of, I didn't actually expect them to walk away. It's almost as if I expected them fully to continue chasing me for God knows how long, but this is the energy I was getting from them. Give me one more, please. Okay, Six of Swords. Yeah, absolutely. This masculine that you dealt with in the past was definitely, they came across, probably when you first met them, this may be how they portray themselves to the outside world as well. They come across as somebody who is very confident. They mean what they say. They're very much like, they like to talk. They talk a lot. Are the actions there? Absolutely not. But there's almost a sense of Seven of Swords energy that I'm getting from this. Like manipulating people to believe they have this confidence about them, to believe that, you know, they've got so much going on, and, you know, they're constantly working on or striving on becoming a better human. They're not. They're totally not. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse. What does that tell you right there? Seven of Pentacles in reverse is, well, when it's upright, is somebody who is fed up with their current lifestyle. They're fed up with it. They feel as though they've hit a brick wall. They feel as though they want something new. They want change. They want fresh energy. When it's in reverse, this person is very comfortable in the current life in which they have. So they had no intention of doing the things they promised you they were going to do. So you have done the right thing in walking away. Two of Wands in reverse. Again, there is no deep thought or contemplation coming from this masculine about actually how much they've hurt you, how they completely strung you along. This is a very, very selfish masculine. Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, give me one for the Two of Wands in reverse, please. You want to come out? You can come out to play, that's fine. Seven of Cups, okay. Yeah, okay. Now, this person in particular, I do feel as though they do tend, not that they have a conscious about this in particular, the past connection that they've disconnected from, or they, you know, kept making broken promises towards. There is an element here of they are receiving their karma. Now, it could be the type of life that they're currently living. Again, if they're showing up to the whole world as somebody they're just not, what happens when you're behind closed doors, where the world has gone away and it's just you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you are seeing you for exactly who you are? It's lonely, it's depressing, it's miserable. It's not a good place to be. So I do feel as though this person is receiving their karma, but it's an element still here of just complete and utter ignorance. Complete and utter ignorance. If you're or have been dealing with somebody who you can clearly see that there is a huge need for change here, whether that is them doing the inner work on themselves or healing something within themselves, becoming more financially stable or more stable in general, and they're just not doing that, they're just ignoring that, that's because they can't be bothered to face themselves. They can't be bothered to have that moment or those moments of self-reflection, because what does that mean? That means to take an accountability for their own life, take an accountability for the actions or the times they have really hurt or let down others. And that hurts. This is probably an avoidant we're dealing with here. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this person just has no oomph in them. They've got no oomph at all with the Ace of Wands in the reverse there. Now again, Isn't it interesting that we saw the Ace of Wands upright for how they were viewing you and your feelings towards them? And I said to you, there's almost that element of, I know that they're there and they care very deeply for me. They're very passionate about me and they care very deeply for me. They're not going anywhere. Ace of Wands in reverse, they don't have the capacity to show that to somebody else. This is an avoidant. This is a narcissist. This is somebody who said all the right things, who did all the right things to get you to fall in love with them. The moment you fell in love with them and you were like, I'm here, I'm all for you, I'm all for it, whatever you've got to throw at me, I'm here for it, I'm not going anywhere. That's when they start to become distant. That's when they start to decline from the relationship. There's no emotional intimacy. And what I mean by that is they withhold on communication. They don't really talk to you. They don't message you. They don't meet up with you. They don't pursue you in any way. But you're hooked. You're already in there. You've fallen in love with this version of them that isn't true. But you're there. You're in love with them. So what do they think? I can go back to how it was before, doing the bare minimum, not being emotionally intimate, completely avoid any communication, because that would mean me, again, taking accountability or having some kind of self-reflection as to what I've put people through or the pain that I cause people. I don't want to do that. So somebody who lacks the passion within to do what is right, even by them. And that's a scary, scary person to be. We have the Two of Wands here in reverse with the Strength card. Now, again, a Two of Wands was an element of feeling of not really thinking too much about the situation. Again, this is what avoidants do. An avoidant will keep themselves busy, whether that's with work or, outside of work activities, family, friends, whatever, hobbies. They will keep themselves busy on purpose, because the less time that they have spare, the less time they have to sit and think and self-reflect. We have the Strength card here. It would take, I want to say, it sounds awful, it would take a miracle for this person to change that around, because I feel as though the vibe this is giving me here is this person has always been this way. This person is never going to change. This is just how their brain is literally triggered to work. They're refusing to do the work. They're refusing to do the healing. Therefore, their behavioural patterns and their way of thinking is never going to change. So you have done the right thing. You did nothing wrong here. This is a pattern this person has repeated time and time and time again. The only thing you did wrong here was not loving yourself enough to walk away a long time ago. So leave that firmly in the past. You need to begin to start trusting others, start trusting that not everyone is going to be the same. You have learned a lot. Your boundaries are high, You've been through enough to know who is going to piss you around and who is not, who is serious and who is not, right? And that's what I'm getting here. Somebody expected you to chase them. But at the same time, I want to end that with, they still have no intention of turning around and following you or chasing you back. It's just that element of, genuinely thought that they were going to be there for a lot longer than that. Oh, okay. Back to ignoring what I need to heal, ignoring what needs to be worked on. Okay? So that was today's reading. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it resonated. If you do enjoy my readings, again, please consider hitting that subscribe button for me. It really does help in my channel's growth. I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.